Hey everyone, it's Julie here with TipRanks. It is May 1st, and you know what that means. It's time to take a look at a few strong buy dividend stocks for the month ahead. So let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you all so much for being here. Today, we're taking a look at 5 strong buy dividend stocks, all with ex-dividend dates in the month of May. Why does that matter? Well, that ex-dividend date is when you must own a stock buy in order to be eligible for their next dividend payment. So with those dates coming up in the next few weeks, you're not going to have to wait long to start collecting that passive dividend income. So today we're going to take a look at these 5 dividend companies, what it is that they do, and what Wall Street analysts are predicting for the stock's future. We found today's stocks using the TipRanks dividend calendar. This can be found under the Tools menu or the Dividend menu, and will show you week by week a list of all the companies set to report, which you can filter by different things like analyst consensus, market cap, sector, and the exchange name. And just a reminder that if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and that you're subscribed to the channel. Now let's dive right into our 5 strong buy dividend stocks. We're going to kick things off with the earliest ex-dividend date with Citigroup. They trade under the ticker C, currently priced at $68.60. Over the past year, they are in the green, up over 15%, but in the last 3 months, they are in the red, down nearly 14%. This global banking giant has an ex-dividend date coming up soon on May 5th. Their current quarterly dividend is 56 cents per share for a yield of 3.2% and a healthy payout ratio just below 35%. With that ex-dividend date, their payment date is May 23rd. They reported net income of $4.1 billion for their first quarter, which they shared in mid-April. Total revenues were up 3%, driven by growth in each of the businesses, while they saw wealth revenues up 24%. On top of that, the company returned $2.8 billion in capital to shareholders, which is the highest quarterly amount since 2022. With 13 current analyst ratings, the Citigroup stock is rated a strong buy with 10 buys and 3 holds. And the average price target of $87 implies an upside potential of 27%. Looking at those recent ratings down below, the most recent came just a few days ago with Oppenheimer bumping up their price target. Our low-end price target comes in with an upside of 7.86%, and our high-end price target comes in with an upside of over 60%. For our second dividend stock, we're taking a look at MetLife. They trade under the ticker MET, currently priced above $75 per share. Overall, in the past year, they are up 11%, but are also in the red in the last few months, down 10%, though they do currently score a 10 out of 10 on the TipRanks Smart Score. This insurance and financial services behemoth has been paying a dividend for decades, and in 2024, they boosted that dividend by 5%. Their ex-dividend date is May 6th for payment on June 10th. Their annual dividend of $2.18 works out to about 56 cents per quarter for a dividend yield of 2.9% and a very low payout ratio below 27%. Their first quarter report actually just came out yesterday. We did have some mixed results with a slight miss on earnings, but a revenue beat. They reported earnings per share of $1.96, falling 4 cents short of expectations, while revenue of $18.57 billion beat by $490 million and grew over 15% year over year. They also authorized new share repurchases of $3 billion. And with 11 current analyst ratings, the MetLife stock does come in as a unanimous strong buy, with an average price target of $92.50, implying an upside potential of 22%. Looking at those price targets down below, many of them being slightly lowered at the start of April there, price targets ranging from an upside of 13% to a high of 29%. Moving right along to our third dividend stock, we have Sonoco Products. They trade under the ticker SON, currently priced at $42.70. Overall, in the past year, they are down 20%, dropping 9% in the last few months, and dropping off earlier this week as well. They are a diversified leader in the development and manufacturing of protective packaging products. And on top of that, they're also a dividend aristocrat. Sunoco has 42 consecutive years of annual payments and increases. Their ex-dividend date is May 9th for payment on June 10th, with a quarterly dividend of about 53 cents per share for a dividend yield of 4.45% and a payout ratio at 40%. That dip in stock price we saw a couple days ago was related to their latest quarterly earnings report, where they did fall short of expectations. They reported Q1 earnings per share of $1.38, falling 3 cents short of expectations, and revenue of $1.71 billion missed by $330 million, but it did grow over 30% year over year. With 8 current analyst ratings, the stock comes in as a strong buy with 7 buys and 1 sell. The average price target comes in at $60 per share, implying an upside potential of 40%. Looking at the ratings down below, the sell is from a while ago, nearly 3 months back in February. It does have an upside of 12%, while more recent price targets range from 16 to 51% upside. For our fourth dividend stock, we're looking at Sunoco. No, that isn't a glitch. This is a different Sunoco. Trading under the ticker SUN, this stock trades at $57 per share, having climbed 10% overall in the past year and up ever so slightly over the last 3 months. This Sonoco is a fuel distribution giant, and they also have a pretty attractive yield. With a quarterly dividend of nearly 90 cents per share, their yield comes in at 5.94% at a payout ratio of 51%. Their ex-dividend date is May 9th for payment on May 20th. Their first quarter earnings report is coming up next week. Looking back at their fourth quarter in February, they did have record results and closed the acquisition of Newstar. They saw a record year with adjusted EBITDA of $1.56 billion, representing a 62% increase compared to 2023. And they have a positive outlook for the year ahead, with adjusted EBITDA guidance ranging between $1.9 to $1.95 billion and expecting continued distribution increases. With 8 current analyst ratings, Sunoco comes in as a strong buy with 6 buys and 2 holds. And the average price target of $64 implies an upside potential of 12.5%. Looking at those recent ratings, they range from about 6.5% up to 18%. If you've made it all the way to our 5th stock today, then this is a reminder to make sure you've hit that thumbs up button. Last but certainly not least, we're looking at Essential Utilities. They trade under the ticker WTRG, priced above $40 per share. Their stock is in the green 12% over the past year and is up 14% in the last 3 months, currently scoring a 9 out of 10 on the TipRanks Smart Score. They are a regulated utility company that has been increasing their dividend for 33 consecutive years. Their next ex-dividend date is May 13th for payment on June 2nd, and the current quarterly dividend is 32.5 cents per share for a dividend yield of 3.15% and a slightly higher payout ratio at 66%. Their next earnings report is coming up in a couple of weeks. When we look back at the previous one, we did have some mixed results with an earnings beat but miss on revenue. Earnings per share of 67 cents came in 1 cent ahead of expectations, while revenue of over $604 million did fall about $38 million short. The company did see some successful regulatory outcomes, but did say that despite being the strongest performing water stock in 2024, they were disappointed in not seeing successes reflected in their current valuation. Their stock has just 5 current analyst ratings, but does come in as a strong buy with 5 buys and 1 hold. And the average price target of $43.75 implies an upside potential of 7%. Looking at those price targets down below, they range from a fairly flat price target with an upside of 0.3% to a high end of 15% upside. So that is a quick look at 5 stocks, all with ex-dividend dates coming up in the month of May, and all rated a strong buy amongst Wall Street analysts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on these companies and what other dividend stocks you're loving lately. I always appreciate hearing from you guys. Please keep in mind these videos are never a suggestion to buy or sell any specific stock, so make sure you're always sticking to your own investment plan. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you back here next time.